never even called them. When Tim messaged me 2 Fridays ago and said his check was light, it wasn't light. It's because he paid for 3 nights at the Hampton Inn for $135 a night. And then it's because he paid for 3 nights a night. And then after that, they prepaid for 3 weeks at a motel at $350 a week. So Tim has had the money, but I stuck to after that, they prepaid for $350 a week. So Tim has had the money, but I stuck to the payment agreement because I was a man of my word and I gave him that opportunity. And I didn't tell anybody not to cover Tim. I said, let's give a little bit of room so we can get these ladies paid back. So try not to pound on Tim until the ladies are paid back. Then what, after they're paid back, I don't care what you people do, but until the ladies are paid back. Then what, after they're paid back? No, that wasn't good enough for them. They had to keep going and going and going. How many of them took the time and effort? No, that wasn't good enough for them and going. How many of them in the energy into getting a dime for those ladies? Not one of them. Janet was paid back $15 in the energy into getting a dime for those ladies. Janet was paid back $15, and so was New Mexico Nana. Tomorrow, they were going to receive another payment. It doesn't matter the amount. It was the point that Janet was paid back $15. Tomorrow, they were going to receive another payment. It point that he was repaying them. I fulfilled my obligation, and this is how they repay me for it. Point that he was repaying them. I fulfilled my obligation for it. They're protecting JustCurious, who's been lying on this app since he came onto this app. When JSA wouldn't give him the video of Tim and Angela banging on the hotel room door of that girl, he turned on JSA. Now, she's admitted she's done some things wrong, but that live on her was a botched job just like it was on me. That didn't have to happen. They could have did this privately and addressed the issue, but they don't. They run to the live button immediately because they want the attention. They want the clout. They might say their gifts are off, but there's other reasons why they're doing it. They want to be the forefront. They want all the attention on them. You want attention? I'll give you the attention. So for the ones that are in the background that didn't hear me when I said, when you're out there saying as recently as today, oh, that you have a lot more of me doxing people and I've been mean, show me. Show me. You don't have to show all of TikTok. If you can show it and it's valid, I'll eat it. But I haven't doxed anybody on this app publicly, and there's not one person in this live that can say I did. I protected identities. Utmost, that was my responsibility. What I did in private was private. But to release my private messages on a live, that was a criminal act. Public records can be released anywhere. They're freedom of information. Stand on it. But private messages are private. You cross the line by putting my personal private messages out on live. And if you think I'm going to let that go, you're sadly mistaken.
And your phone
Anybody
number
have
and
anything?
your name.
And if you think I'm going to let that go, you're sadly mistaken.
And your name. They
What's
put your
that? Can you
first
say that
name
again,
out there.
Scammy?
They put your first name and your phone
Yeah, they
number.
put everything. Everything. And they act like it. They have
And your
anything.
name. They
What's
put your
that? Can you
first
say that
name
again?
out
They
there.
put everything. Everything. They act like it. They took the moral high ground. It's the same hypocrisy they were screaming about they're doing. I'm just blown away that this was done. I really am. And on such short notice. Not 20 minutes, not a half an hour, and I can prove that. I've got the messages from Fallon and Rammer. This was done 2 minutes prior to the screenshots going up. Like I'm supposed to just stop my life and everything that I'm doing to entertain them. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Or my circus, not my monkeys. I'm pissed. Did you or KK see any comments that need to be answered?
No, I've been muting a lot of comments, and I've been blocking people that just are not stopping. And
That's
that's on
fine.
me. And the people that are getting blocked, yeah, I'm doing it. Because again,
And I'm
GOV did not get the ability to be in that live last night, and it was decided to go ahead anyways without him being there. So, in my opinion, he gets the opportunity to do his talking without being interrupted. Because I'm pissed too.
yeah, and I want to say this: if it wasn't for KK, I wouldn't have had those other letters with the similar handwriting, and those would have never have reached Dyersburg. And those letters were instrumental. Now, they have a suspect in mind. I'm not saying anything. I have never put that intel out there. But if it wasn't for KK, that would have never have happened. They wanted me to cover that. They wanted me to get involved and see who was doing it. And then they're going to turn on me and question the methods in which I do it. Me releasing JustCurious's name wasn't a malicious thing. It was to rule him on me and question the methods in which I do it. Curious's name wasn't a malicious thing. It was to rule him out as a suspect. And if he's got nothing to worry about, then it's no big deal. But he stated last night that that's not. And if he's got nothing to worry about, but he stated last night that that's not his name. That's not him. I've got the screenshots. They were clipped and they were sent to me. I just can't play them right now. But he stated last night that that's not his name. I've got the screenshots. They were clipped. Play them right now. But if he wants, I'll post them on my page. But he said that the name that I gave Tim and to the Dyersburg is not him. So if it's not you, then what are you guys so pissed off for? Am I wrong in asking that?
Period.
I mean, really. I mean, and Fallon, I seen some type of comment. The message you sent. I mean, really. I seen some type of comment to me about Samuel. You know that. You know what you wanted me to do. And the first thing I did, and you can ask Samuel, is I contacted Samuel. When I was told of this information, I went right to Samuel, man to man. I didn't go on live immediately to notify 300 people. I went to Samuel and I said, hey, listen, I found this information and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to release the details. And Samuel told me the truth. Period. And there is nothing. There's nothing there. So for that, why did Fallon pick this time to bring that up a year later when it was addressed a year ago? It was just random to her? I'm not buying that. Because Checkmate knew about it a year ago, and so did the rest of them in this live. They knew about this situation with Samuel, but it was brought to my attention right after the JSA stuff. So I'm not buying it was just coincidence. And the only reason I mentioned Fallon, in the message, is because she was messaging me. She was sending me broken hearts and, oh, I'm throwing up. I'm so upset. What do I do? Why are you asking me this stuff when you're up there sitting and throwing the screenshots up there anyways? Was that just a little ploy to say, oh, I tried to reach out to him? You tried to reach out to me 2 minutes before it happened. I don't consider that a courtesy or respectful. I mean, at least a half an hour warning. Maybe that I could have made arrangements to leave the event or have somebody else cover something for me. But no, I didn't get that. But they had no problem accepting the information that I supplied to them about the threats or about the phone calls to the hotel. They didn't have any problem with that information, did they? So
Cindy,
at this time,
Cindy,
I don't really
he's
with that information, did they? So
he's answered that already. If you came in late, people in the chat have answered that for you multiple times. Multiple times.
What what's
We
she
cleared
asking?
that up. She keeps asking, did you give the information to Tim and the police, to both of them? And we've said yes.
Yes, yes. And what Tim does, Tim has every right to file harassment and stalking charges because Tim has to file harassment and stalking charges because that's exactly what he did to him. He showed up at his employment, he showed up at his hotel, he was following him around to file harassment and stalking charges because that's exactly showed up at his employment, he showed following him around his stores. That crosses the line. And if anybody says it doesn't, then you need to get your head checked. And JustCurious admitted to it on his post. He has since taken him down because, you don't want to leave any incriminating evidence up, but it's too late. Those messages or those posts have already been copied. You're the one that showed up to McDonald's where he worked. Remember what you said? Hey, Tim, you didn't even know it was me standing in front of you, big boy. You were antagonizing the situation and stalking him. Now, is anything going to develop from it? I'm not sure. I don't know. Nothing might not happen. I don't know. But as far as the threats, I ruled you out as a suspect. Would you have rather them show up at your home with your family there or show up at your place of employment? It's just was complete bullshit. I can't change anybody's opinion of what they're going to think from this day forward. If you don't want to follow me, you're welcome to unfollow me. I will stand on my honor and my respect, and I never doxed anybody publicly. In private messages, yeah, I've said some things and supplied some intel, but I've been asked to do it. I never just went and found it on my own because I had nothing better to do in that day.
Well,
But I don't know.
I'm sorry that you didn't have the opportunity last night, um, to be in a box and be able to, defend your actions. I don't know a lot about this person that you gave the information to Tim about. But if it's true what you're saying, that he went to Tim's work and took pictures of him and this and that, I'm surprised that the people that held the live last night support somebody like that. Because I
Oh, it's
know
true.
that we all in awareness, and I know I've heard people in the boxes there yesterday talk against people going real life. Um, so I'm concerned with that. I'm concerned with that.
Yeah, it happens every day with the awareness creators. Now, not all awareness creators do that, but their hypocrisy runs a lot deeper than what they're leading on to believe. And they sit with some people that have done some horrible things and illegal things. So calling me out was just either it was a stunt or it was for clout, one of the two, or to discredit me. You want to discredit me? Go ahead. I'm still going to do my stolen valor work. I'm still going to support homeless veterans. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to alter it. But I tell you what, if my page starts taking hits because you're going to continue to come after me, there will be repercussions. I will fight back. And
Well,
be careful.
oh no, go on.
No, go ahead. I'm
I
going to
really,
bite my tongue.
as I said, I really wish this could have been something that could have been handled tonight in a live rather than one in which you couldn't attend, because all of this could have been taken care of last night with you explaining, and showing, your proof and all that. Um, I'm really sad that it has come to this. I am.
I, I contemplated going live last night, and I'm thankful that a few
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
told me not to, because it would have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
And I probably would have said some things that I can't take back. But, I mean, like you just said, they could have came to me. And what they said, oh, we just got this breaking news. And I'm not buying that they just got it 5 minutes before they were going live.
And
They
even
had
if
this
they did that,
information.
even if they did that, Gov, they should have, they should have sat on it and thought about it and discussed and made plans for you to be there when they showed it, so you could have, you could have been there for it. That probably should have been something it should have been waited on.
I agree.
As I said, I'm very disappointed with how this all went down. That's my big complaint. That's
Yeah.
my big complaint.
And I'm not going to release any private messages that transpired between me, Fallon, or anybody. I'm not going to do that. I
Right.
learned a very valuable lesson here. So I'm not going to release those messages to prove a point. I'm not going to do what they did, because it's not going to help the situation. They know what they did. And if they want to continue this hypocrisy, fine. We can go down that road. But none of them have clean hands. And they should be very careful and exercise extreme caution moving forward. Because, you know, receipts are available, readily available. I mean, if they want to go down that road. Now, I know they're saying that they have other doxing. Well, show me publicly where I dox somebody. I don't think anybody in here can say they're saying that they have other doxing where I dox somebody. That I've doxed anybody publicly.
And
Again,
that's the thing,
private messages.
people need to look at the definition of what doxing is.
That I've doxed anybody publicly.
And
Again,
that's the thing,
private.
need to look at the definition of what doxing is. Okay?
Yes.
They have to really look at that. A big part of that is putting the information out publicly, like a lot of these scum sucking pigs do on this app, where they will dox your name, address, family, the whole thing, which I know firsthand because it's happened. That is doxing.
Exactly.
So, me sending
Yeah.
KK a message because she needs to know the name of somebody that's going after her, and I know the person's real name, and she wants to press charges for legal reasons because of a crime that has happened, that is not doxing.
No. Doxing is maliciously wanting to cause harm, whether it's physical harm. No. Doxing is maliciously wanting, whether it's physical harm, financial harm, emotional harm. There's a big difference between supplying a name for an investigation than there is for wanting somebody hurt. Because I noticed they said, oh, he's got children. Well, again, I didn't dox him publicly. And for the record, when he called me on the phone, he told me, oh, go ahead, verify me, verify everything that I'm telling you. He told me everything, his connection in Dyersburg, everything. He said, and go ahead and verify everything. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I have no reason to do that. Do I have a reason to do it now? Absolutely. Am I going to do it? No.
Hey, KK, is this live going to be on your YouTube?
Oh, that's just up to Guardians. Usually, whenever it's an awareness person, I will ask them or get permission to post something before I post it.
Because I know
Yeah,
there's
you
a
can
lot of
post it.
people that are coming in late, and we're not going to do a huge recap on this. It'll be
Okay.
easy for
No.
them to go over to YouTube.
Then I'll post it. Yeah, as long as you say it's fine, I don't mind posting it at all.
Yeah. And I don't mind if anybody has any legitimate questions that you want to send me a message. That's fine. I'll answer them the best I can. don't ask for information to dox anybody or anything sensitive. But if anybody wants to message me, no problem. I don't have a problem with that.
And GOV, we know that you're busy, so only stay on for as long as you need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time is it?
It's what is it? 1:13, 12:13 your time, maybe.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I've got about another 10 minutes. And that's that upset me last night. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I was a tad hurt. I mean, most people knew that I was out of town. I was out of town. First, I attended an event honoring military women in our country, and there's a couple charity events that I'm attending today and tomorrow, last night, and then I'm going home. But I just wasn't available at their beckoning call at that moment. They could have said, okay, we understand. Let's plan a live. Are you free tomorrow? Absolutely. I could have set aside a couple hours, but I wasn't given that respect. I was given 3 to 4 minutes of respect. And I'm saying that facetiously because that's the amount of time that I had to try to explain everything.
Hey, GOV, little man wants to know if it's okay to for them to post clips of your live on their webpage. Little man wants to know if it's okay to post clips of your live on their webpage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I was even getting emails from, people last night, and thank you to everybody that reached. Absolutely. I mean, people last night, and thank you to everybody that reached out to me last night and show us support. I greatly appreciate that. I was actually taken back by the amount of people, people last night, and thank you to and show us support. I greatly appreciate that. I was. There's even still a few messages I haven't got back to. My apologies, but the overwhelming support was an. There's even still a few apologies, but was a nice gesture. I do appreciate it. And if I have offended anybody in this live or anybody in this live thinks that I'm that bad of a person, I apologize. Everything that I was doing was that I'm that bad of a person. I apologize. Doing was towards getting their ladies their money back. Unfortunately, some threats got entered into the mix and things went sideways. Doing was their money back. Unfortunately, entered into the mix and things went sideways. But I didn't do this out of malicious intent to hurt anybody. That wasn't my intention. My intention was to hold this person. If half of you could read these letters, they're disgusting. They're vile. This person is mentally disturbed. Now, they've evolved a little bit because the letter to Tim, or not to Tim, but to the employer was typed. It wasn't handwritten like the other ones, but the envelopes had the same handwriting. And they were able to obtain a partial print from the inside of the envelope where the sticky label is. I can say that much. That's as far as I'm. And they were able to obtain inside of the envelope where the sticky label is. That's as far as I'm going. But everything I did was to help the investigation. No, I'm not part of the law enforcement. I was offering information that I knew because these threats are bad. They're really vile.
And I can verify that, like with I don't know about the letters to Tim and to his employer, but I know the letters to the other two individuals in question that I sent you. They are disgusting. They are filled with THREATSs. They're gross. They're disgusting. Yeah. And if I received a letter like that, I would REATSs. They're gross. They're disgusting. That I would also be in fear for my life.
And one of the things too is, listen, we all know Tim and Angela are beggars, okay? It doesn't matter If they're being threatened, they don't deserve that. Awareness you do on TikTok, but when people cross that line and start threatening violence, making disgusting threats against them, that's too far. And any decent awareness person, if they found out that was happening to somebody, even a beggar on this, we always go by what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Threatening anybody is not right.
No. And this all started, I'm going to tell everybody how this started yesterday. I called Tim out for his lies to me. Now, Tim's been messaging me for the last 3 weeks. He checks in and, he asks questions. He has thanked me time and time again for giving him the opportunity to work and to allow them to concentrate on building their life back up. And I even went as far as to offer Tim help, not financial help, but mentoring help. I said, Tim, I will help you. I will show you how to maybe battle. You and Angela can battle. She can do makeup tutorials. You can make an honest living on TikTok by doing it the right way. But I told him, I know that you lied to me about working. You haven't been back to work since Labor Day. And I told him about his stay at the Hampton Inn. I'm not going to say the new hotel where they're at. And that pissed him off. He said to me, "Oh, you never believe me. Nobody believes me." I said, "I don't believe you, Tim, because you continue to lie to me. I have given you every opportunity to do the right thing." He's even tried, when he registered the car and new plates, he switched the ownership thinking that it can't be taken in the lawsuit. It's not how it works, Tim. It's just, he's been lying to me from the get-go. I'll accept my responsibility for believing him because my end goal was to get these women paid back. That's all I wanted to do. And if anybody wants to judge my character for doing that, shame on you. Because I only did it because that's what you people wanted. You wanted them held accountable. I can't control the other women that don't come forward. But none of anybody else that covers Tim and Angela was able to get a dime back to these ladies like I did. And then they want to question my means and methods. I mean, how ignorant can you really be? I hope this was worth it to them. I really do. Because not only did they destroy some what I call social friendships, they broke the trust of a lot of awareness community creators. I would suggest to every awareness person, don't trust anybody on this app anymore. Because you see what happens. The minute you think that you're comfortable and things are going good, watch out. There might be a live about you. Especially if you sent
We've all been there.
Private messages.
For the people just coming in, this live will be reposted on KK's YouTube page. We're not going to do a recap right now because it's too much, and it's better that you hear it, from the beginning from GOV.
Yeah. I don't even know what, apologies I could offer from here because I really haven't done anything wrong. I'll say it again. I did not dox JustCurious publicly, and I did not dox that Cassidy. Now, Cassidy is a personal friend of JustCurious. I guess they're from the same town. I don't know this woman. I've never met her, but for some reason, she attacked me one night in a live. I have no idea why. I went over there, and all they did was scream and holler, and then sent me messages. And what I did is I sent her legal name in a message to her, and she stopped messaging me. I didn't dox her publicly, but that was my only way to get her to stop messaging me. So I sent her name. I know who you are. And the messages stopped. I don't see how that's doxing, but they sure let that run in the chat, and she kept repeating it. And they didn't say anything when they were in JustCurious live, when they put up my phone number on a live and my first name. They didn't stop that. That was okay though, right? This is the hypocrisy I'm talking about. They're calling me out for supplying his name for an investigation, but they're going to put my info up because it's fun. Watch this. Well, there you have it. And on that note, I apologize if I offended anybody, but I have a busy rest of my day, so I have to attend to those things. I'll be honest, this has me in a foul mood, and I don't even feel like going, but unfortunately, it's not about me. It's about the people that need help, so I'm going to go trudge through this moment. Scammy, thank you very much. KK,
No
I can't thank you enough for the letters and the support. Everybody in here that's just supporting me, thank you. You have my utmost respect for supporting me. But I want the awareness community to know, don't ask me to do anything anymore, because this is what happens. You get burned in the end. Every freaking time. It's just like the Scotty situation. I got involved with that. And who got burned in the end? Me. I'm not doing it no more.
Yep, I don't blame you. And, that's going to be a serious detriment to awareness.
Oh, this is going to, right now, I would say that probably every scammer and beggar is going to use this as their new begging point. And people are going to start sympathy giving them money like it's going out of style. So that live last night set this awareness community back to the beginning of awareness.
Well, listen, you have a good
So-
afternoon. Try to keep it back a little, okay?
Thank you very much. Everybody have a blessed day. And like I said, if anybody has any questions, valid questions, don't ask me for information. I'll message them. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Hey, and like I said, if anybody has any, don't ask me for information. I'll message them. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye-bye.